How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Might just be me and you.
I know. We might just train each other.
She left me.
I had to get my drink. I have been listening to Kim while I work out instead of Netflix, and like it's shocking how like uplifting that is. I mean, other than filling my mind with like a murder, like crazy psycho dater guy versus Kim. And so I could get rid of Netflix because I'm not even gonna watch it anymore. That's the only time I watched it. She has do you look her up on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah, she has sermons from like forever ago.
I saw that.
And it's crazy how like you could, I mean, I've known about her for a while, but it's like this time in my life, it's like she's really speaking to me. You know what I mean?
It's
so
like right when we needed it, we found it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. So
did you see how long she looked and some of the things?
Yes, I was surprised. The other day she did one, and she said that she had fallen and like pushed her 2 teeth right up in top of her head when she had to go do a speaking engagement.
Oh my God.
She said that her husband always yelled at her for being on her phone all the time, and she had was walking through the house and tripped and fell and like knocked the 2 front teeth up in her head.
Oh my God. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Your nails are cute.
And they're just regular watch bands?
I was going to go get them.
Bands. Oh, his Fitbit things. What do I have? I think, I have a Charge 2. That's a Charge 3.
Hey, Nicole, can you mute yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't even get my
Okay.
video to go off. It's still loading. It says waiting. Can you mute me? I can't even get in to mute myself.
I might have to get out my computer. Oh, it's already 11. Okay. I'm going to get out my computer. That way I can mute people if I need to. But if you guys want to go ahead and do your birthdays, Vicki is on with me today. Always a treat to be able to learn from her. So go ahead and do your birthdays and let me know when you're done with those.
I have to log out and log back in.
When you're done with your birthdays, go ahead and go in your customer group and comment on 3 to 4 testimonies in there. And don't just say good job or way to go. Actually, comment on something that they said. If their pants are getting looser or if their blood work came back good, make a point to comment on that. And then after that, I know right now at the end of the month, there's a lot of rank advancements. So go in your team page and make sure you're congratulating people on that. And I know I'm bad about just saying like, way to go, or, you really need to make a point, to show that you really care. Anybody can put way to go. So I need to get better at that too, but really congratulate them for their hard work, because we all know how excited we were. The first time we ranked up, and we need to make sure that we're giving that same enthusiasm to everybody else, so they keep going and pushing and fighting. There's only, I think, 4 of us on here. So once you get done with your task, just let me know. I'm going to put in the chat too real quick. Right now we have the new packages with the free shipping, which is super, super exciting. So I am going to put in the chat for each country what the requirements for the free shipping are. I think it's an awesome deal for $129 in the US to be free shipping. I love all these things that they're coming out with that we've never had before. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? Hopefully those. So there you go. The Canadian dollars, it's still US dollars for Canada. I think, yeah, the only one that has their own money is Australia. So those are the pricing points that they have got to get to in their cart to get them free shipping. But it's a really awesome deal to be able to promote this. There's, I think, 2 more days left at the end of the month. So really, really push these. And I think we can see a lot of good from these. I didn't hear, is it just the end of the month? I know Vicki and Ashley, I think you guys might have been on the call.
They said it's supposed to be till through February, but don't tell people that because they'll wait to order in February.
So just
make it sound like it ends. And someone said then they're going to decide in February if it's going to continue free shipping.
Oh.
For the $129. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. And it can be any package that you put together, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alyssa working from work. I love it. One thing, too, that I think Kaylee Cyber maybe had posted this, and then Derek Rains reposted it. If you're not in the True Biz Builders group, make sure you let your leaders know. This is a group that corporate has created, and they have been recently taking like awesome posts that that associates are making and creating and putting them in there. So it's kind of like you can get tips from other people, what they're putting. But here is one that Kaylee Cyber had posted, I'm pretty sure, and Derek reposted it. But just make sure you change up the wording a little bit so we're not all posting the same thing. But post this to the timeline and see if you can get any interaction. Because everybody loves free. It does not matter what you're giving them, they love free. And I've been told before that people love, like a lot of times I know we always want to give products and stuff like that, but a lot of people love swag. And sometimes you can buy some pretty, cheap TrueVision swag, especially from Ryan's site. So that's always an option too, rather than feeling like you have to give like a big product bundle, for them to order. So here is the post that you will post to your wall. Change it up with emojis and stuff. So go ahead and do that. And once you're finished up with that, I want you to put a motivational either quote of your own or something motivational in your story, and put your own words to it. Don't just throw a meme up there and leave it. Like, actually put your own take on it. It will mean so much more to the people reading it, not just like, oh, she got that from the internet and just put it up there. Like, put your take on it. And I always like to add hearts and stuff like that, but we just never know what somebody else is going through. And I mean, something so simple that we post, you know, can make an effect in somebody else's lives. And whether it's just the one time or they keep following you, you know, that could be a possibility too. But we always want to make sure that we're uplifting others, not just throwing our products in their face. This weekend, we listened to Kim. I think you say her name, Pothier. I don't know. But it's Real Talk Kim is what she goes by. And she was amazing. I was telling Vicki when I got on, I've listened to her, I mean, for a long time, probably for a couple years, you know, I've known about her and listened to her, but I feel like now, like, it's what she's saying is really speaking to me, and it's, you know, it's just the different stages of our lives. So I had Netflix, and that's what I would watch shows on Netflix while I was working out, and I'm going to cancel it because Kim has so many sermons on YouTube, and listening to that rather than, I don't know if any of you have watched You on Netflix, rather than watching a crazy murder stalker guy. I mean, we need to fill our lives with positive, not negative. And watching that show does nothing for me other than scare me to death. So Kim is my go-to now.
Current customers can get that promotional. They just have to call into customer service, right?
The $129 or the with the free product?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing a voice recording. I didn't know I wasn't on mute. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. And for those of you that did not know, the tools link is working again. I actually used it this morning for someone that bought a 7.5-day combo, and it is working like it should. It's not loading a bunch of products in the cart at one time. It's not keeping your old stuff in the cart. It worked like it needed to. So that is that. Okay, and that is a huge positive. Yes, Nicole. And it is, I mean, you know, they say to just keep working and keep pushing and give your retail link, but little things like this does make it easier for us and easier for the customer. So for sure, I am glad that it is up and working again. And my girl had no problems ordering. It went right through. I know I had a couple earlier in the month where they had created an account and didn't place their order, or, you know, crazy things were going on. So it all went through. I'm sure this has already been mentioned, but we've already outsold last year's summit on tickets. So there's a good chance that it's going to sell out totally. So if you have not gotten your ticket for summit, make sure you do that. And I think they're still doing the value packs. I think it was $47 a ticket, maybe if you did 10 of them. So just go in, you know, there's still a lot of people that need them. So go in with a friend and buy your bulk pack, and it will save you a lot of money, but make sure you get your ticket soon so you get to go. Okay, this is another thing that I had gotten out of the Business Builders group, and it is, Derek had posted that he wanted to do a social experiment. So what he said to do was go through your news feed for someone that you have never messaged, one of those random friend requests, you know, that they've sent you that you've never messaged, go to their page and stalk their page and comment on a post that they have. Post nothing about True Vision. He said, one of his examples was, you know, I like the way you post about your kids. You seem like a great parent, or something that they're passionate about. Make a comment about that. So I will give you about 5 minutes and go comment on 3 people's pages that you've never ever commented or posted on.
Do you have anything you need scanned to Dr. Jackson? I do, or rescan, basically. Yeah, because mine, he signed like on the second line, and I can't use any of these. You know what I mean? Except for the.
Mindy, can you mute yourself?
Oh, sorry.
You're okay.
I gotta figure out how to mute.
I'm trying to do it on my computer, but it keeps logging me in as myself, and then I don't have the ability to mute people. Are you on your phone? There, she got it. Let me know when you guys are done with that, and then I will have Vicki. She's got some motivational stuff. She started Brian Fryer's group. I'm not really sure what it's called. So she was sharing lots of good pointers. A bunch of us just came back from Ryan and Angel's event, Resolutions. I don't know if any of you were there. It was amazing. But Vicki was talking about this group, and it's something that probably next time I'll probably join. I know a lot of times we feel like we spend a lot of money on these groups, you know, and things we don't really get a whole lot out of. But it is something, you know, that we've got to dedicate our time and effort to. But Vicki, in her short time, has gotten a ton out of this group already. Nicole, I'm just seeing your question on the subscribe and save. I don't know the answer to that. Vicki, do you know if they've updated once we click that they're going to subscribe? Will they have to hit it again on their own?
I had saw they posted if you click subscribe that you don't have to click add to cart anymore, but you know, you never know if that's right.
Okay, so just make sure we're checking every order that comes through and make sure that it is saving them. And the other thing is, and I hope that they've saved this, I've been finding too, when I have people ordering, they, like, when they order initially, it has to be their Smart Ship processing to get them the $80 discount, like the $20 discount to get the $80 combo price. Because I had somebody the other day I had set up for Smart Ship, and then so I thought, okay, well now I'll go in and place their combo, so it'll be, you know, the 80, and it was still 100. So we want to make sure too that it's not charging people 100 when we're telling them 80, because it looks bad on us. And if that keeps happening for now, I think it's best just to have them set up their Smart Ship initially, and then either we can go back in and like set their Smart Ship to ship tomorrow, or, you know, the very next day, or we can walk them through how to do it.
I've been telling the people I send my link to make sure they click subscribe, and then I said make sure it shows an order shipping now at the top and then your Smart Ship at the bottom.
Has the order shipping now been $80 though? Because that's been my problem I found. It's $100.
Well, mine says 100, but then when they go to process discount, it says like $20. So it's taking it off at the bottom at the discounts.
Okay.
Right below taxes.
Okay. So hopefully, yes, with tools up and running, then it's got it. Are you guys finished with commenting on other people's pages? I'm gonna get a shirt real quick. I have been working out. I'm gonna try to run a mini marathon in May, but I bought this. It's like a back. My lower back is always killing me. I have an extra vertebrae in my back, and it's always compressed and hurting. And this has been like, I just got this today at Walmart, and I'm super excited about it. It feels really, really good. It's just getting down on there and then getting back up off the floor, but it really does stretch out my back. Vicki, I think everybody's probably about done with that. If you want to start on your stuff.
Okay, I'm going to post this in the chat. This is what Darla had us post on our wall the other day on the Power Hour. And I got like 96 comments on mine and got 4 new retail customers from it. And so jeez. I will post what she had us post, and then I'll post what she had us send in Messenger. It was just that, and then I'll get what she has sent. But I am still getting people commenting on it today, so.
Now, Vicki, do you find that it matters on the time of the day that you post something that you get interaction, or no?
No.
Okay. Because I've always been a firm believer in doing it in the evenings, but that's kind of how we were trained to start. So I don't post a whole lot during the day, but then I'm like, well, on their lunch break and stuff like that, they could be scrolling through. So, and you always get good interaction on your posts. So it didn't really matter.
That's what she had us send them in Messenger. I mean, you can change the wording however you want. And then she sent us a picture that we could send. I wish we could send pictures in this. Nothing is showing. Can you not see it, Laura? Oh, crap. If you don't send it privately to Laura, everybody could see it. Laura must be muted. I sent it privately to Laura, sorry. So I think everybody can see it now.
I just got back. I'm horrible. You know how I am with technology. I'm horrible. I was just able to get out of the chat.
And so she sent us a picture we could send that shows what they get free for the first 3 months. So I wish there was a group for Power Hour. We could post pictures and stuff that we share in here. If anybody wants it, you can message me and I can send it to you. It'll just go to my filtered messages and I'll just check them. As Laura said, I was just going to do some motivation real quick. I had posted this on my wall yesterday, a Facebook Live, and it was about do it anyway. And what is the do it anyway? Do whatever you want. Don't be scared of what other people are going to think. As they told us this weekend, people are going to talk about you, whether you do something or you don't do something. So do it. If it's a Facebook Live, don't be scared to do it. I know it's scary at first. I said, cover up who's coming on your Facebook Live if you don't want to see, who's joining. Someone had said, do it, record it separately and then do it. But in the training group I'm in, Brian Fryer says, never record it and then post it. Always go live. He said, even if you get on for just a second, your people want to see that you are real. They want to see that you're a person. They want to be able to hear your voice. Because if they're just seeing us on Facebook and talking to us, they're not seeing us. They just want to see we are a real human. So do it anyway. Don't say I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later, because tomorrow never comes. We aren't promised tomorrow. I said, you know, the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash that killed 9 people really got me thinking. I said, you know, if you aren't a basketball fan, you know, just as a parent that hit you, you know, that he was with his child, that he left, you know, 3 other kids behind. He left his wife behind. The coach Mauser that passed away in that plane crash or helicopter crash left behind a husband and 3 kids. Her kids were 11, 9, and 3. Her husband did a live video talking about it yesterday. And, you know, he said the 11-year-old was supposed to be on the helicopter with her. She had the flu that morning, so didn't go. He said, you know, think about how we need to be in the moment. Tell people we're with, that we love them. Because he said, you know, his wife left that morning. He said, I don't even think I told her I loved her. He said, so, you know, we never know what's going to happen. Sorry, I'm going to start crying. But for things to change, we have to change. For things to get better, we have to get better. They said, you know, we can't blame anybody for what's going on in our business or our life but ourselves. It's not our past's fault that something's happening. It's what we're doing to change our situation now. They said, you know, if you're not working your business every day, it's not your upline's fault you're not growing. It's not your downline's fault they're not signing people up. If you're not doing it, they're not going to do it. So every day we have to post. Every day we have to post in our groups, on our wall. As Laura said, I did Brian Fryer's marketing boot camp. It's called Social Media Training. And when I joined it, I knew that there were going to be more trainers than just Brian. I like Brian, but he was going to bring on a bunch of other people. So every day he would do a training, and then he would bring several other network marketers. So he did a really good one, or brought a really good one. Kimberly Olson did Facebook stories and Instagram story training. And I kind of just want to go over it. I said there's tons of training I got from it, and I could do more, but I'll save that maybe for another day. But she said on Facebook stories or Instagram stories, make sure, number 1, she had 5 tips for us. On number 1, make sure you learn to build a story sequence. Because she said, if you're just posting up like a motivational quote, then a recipe, then a before and after, people are not going to stick around and watch that. She said, if you think about it, when we were little, we had the little bitty board books, you know, that were like 5 or 10 pages. If the first page would have been about the big bad wolf and the second page would have been about Humpty Dumpty, it wouldn't have made sense. It wouldn't have flowed. So she said, make sure you're doing it as a story. As we start, she said, it's going to be confusing and it's going to be hard for us. But if you work on it, you will get better. And she said she has found to build the story in Instagram, even if you're not working Instagram, build it in Instagram, and then you can share it to Facebook, because she said Instagram has a bigger or better platform to build the stuff. And she has also found that going to Snapchat and recording a video using the filter, she said, if you don't have makeup on today, that's not going to be for the men. But she said, if you don't have makeup on today and you look kind of crappy, you think, you can go use a Snapchat filter and make it better. She said something, she said like, so an example for a story, she said, you know, Brian says start with 3 stories if you're just starting out on stories, and don't do any more than 7 stories. Everybody's different. I know I've heard some people say do 10 to 12. Brian says 3 to 7. And so they said, so say you're going to getting ready to go work out at the gym, or getting ready to go out and walk your 10,000 steps to get your steps in. So they said, like on your first slide, you could post a sad face emoji and say, oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And then on your next slide, you could have like a poll. Do you work out to lose weight or relieve stress? And then on the third slide, you could put a picture of your shoes and say, I'm ready to kick it. And then they said, then on the next one, you could put like a picture of your sweaty face and say, I did it, with, you know, like some wow emojis and high five and clapping. And then on the next one, you could post a picture of your supplements or of your meal replacement shake and say, thanks to this, I was able to get through my workout. Thanks to these pills, I have the energy to get through my day. And then always leave them with a call to action, they said. So at the end, you could put, do you have any suffer from low energy? Do you suffer from having to take a nap every day? Comment below if you want more information. And as she said, don't put yes and no. You put yes, I want more information, or yes, I'm curious. And she said, you know, we may think that nothing we do is extraordinary. And you're like, well, hell, all I did today was work my business and made me a shape.
Yeah.
But they,
Yeah.
I don't know who needs muted. I can't mute them, Laura.
I don't know. I'll have to go check.
The iPhone, can you please mute yourself?
They are. They were old computer things. Yeah.
Whoever has the iPhone, can you please mute yourself?
It's not me.
It says iPhone on my screen. It won't let me log in to Kaylee on my computer. That's the problem I'm having. It automatically keeps logging me right into myself, and then I don't have access.
That makes it bad. Okay, I think we got it. So she said, you know, you may think you're not doing anything extraordinary to be able to post on your story about, but she said, what is ordinary to us may be extraordinary to somebody else. She said, you know, we could make a slide about being a girl boss working from home. I mean, we could post a picture, you know, of us at our computer at our house, and then post a picture of our cat saying, look who my work buddy is. And she said, you know, somebody may think, oh my God, I would love to be able to work at home and, you know, not have to deal with all my crazy coworkers and not have to deal with leaving my house to get in my cold car. And so she said, you know, think about posting even that stuff on your wall. I mean, on your Facebook story. And then she said, that way you're painting a picture of what is possible for people. You're showing them that there's more than what they're doing. She said, don't say no. Don't give yourself excuses that I can't do this. I don't know technology. She said, learn it. She said, if you don't know how to do it, reach out to somebody else who does know how to do it, and they will help you do it. She said, make sure we're creating curiosity. She said, everyone is sick of seeing before and after pictures. She said, we post them so much. She said, the people just glaze by them and move on. That's why she said, post a picture of about our real life. She said, at least one of our clips in our story should be of us going live. It's only a 15-second video in the Facebook stories. So she said, in a Facebook live story, just let them see you, your face. Let them see you saying something. As I said, that's where Brian said, you know, people then can see we're real.
Hey, Vicki, Jody wants you to repeat the first part of it again. I'm not sure, maybe that to do the whole story. Like
learn to build a story sequence. And I have these pictures. I have the, I can screenshot my notes and share them. I mean, because I have tons of notes I took from it. But she said build on Instagram and then transfer it to Facebook, even if you're not working Instagram, because Facebook or Instagram is a better platform to build these in. She said you can record a Snapchat filter and throw it in, and make sure you make it like a book. Don't let it be disjointed. Don't share a recipe, then a motivational quote, then a picture of your cat. Make sure you are doing, make sure you're thinking like a marketer, she said. But I can tell her to reach out to me and I can send her my notes. She said, make sure you are, and she said there's a quiz feature in Instagram that you can use that is amazing. She said, so like on your last slide, you could put, what about you that makes you different? What if I could teach you how to make, so she said another example of something you could do is you could show them that you got your nails done today. And you could say, just by spending time on, and then in the next slide, the next Facebook story, put, just by spending time on my phone, I was able to get this done. And then in the next slide, you could put, how would you like to make an extra $100 to $300 a month? And then in the last Facebook story, you could put, use the quiz feature on Instagram. She said, what about you? How much would you need to make a difference in your life? And she said on the quiz feature in Instagram, you can choose like 1 to 300, 4 to 600, or 1,000 plus. And then she said, then make sure you set a timer on your phone and go back and before the 24 hours up so you can read. I was reading the chat. Sorry, see, I'm a squirrel. She said, make sure before the 24 hours are up, you go and read whoever has responded to your quiz. Because she said after the 24 hours are up, you can see who viewed your Facebook stories, but you can't see if they took your poll, what they said. So she said she sets a timer for like 23 hours after she made her Facebook story. So she goes back and looks. And she said then she screenshots what the people said. And she messages them all at once. I don't do that. I message them as they take my comment. But I thought that is a good idea. She said that way you're not having to jump back and forth to look at your poll. You can do it all at once. And then she gave us some amazing new, their apps that you can use on stories. She said, I usually don't tell these in my training, but she said, these are amazing apps and I'm going to share them with you guys. So now I'm going to share them with you guys. The first one is Story Art. And I have it. I was telling Laura about it the other day. It is one, though, she said, if you scroll down on Story Art, there is an animated feature. And she said, you know how people like stuff that's moving and jumping, this gets them. The next one is called Mojo, M-O-J-O, and it is also animated. There is one Story Swag. And then she said the next one she never shares. It's called Moshow, M-O-S-H-O-W. And you can add images to it, and it turns it into a video. And then the last one she shared was InShot, I-N-S-H-O-T. And then she said there's something, it's called unsplash.com. It is like you can type in Boss Babe, and it will bring you up all kinds, and it's not, you don't have to pay for unsplash.com. She said that you can type in Boss Babe and it will bring up all kinds of pictures related to that. You can type up milkshake and it'll bring up all kinds of videos related to that, or pictures. And the last tip she shared was close the conversation. She said, your whole goal is to get them to move from that to, your group. And so she said, if you're doing it on Instagram, make sure you follow them back. If it's on Facebook, make sure you send them a friend request or send them a message. Everybody who's viewed your story, not if it's another True Vision associate, you're not going to reach out to them. But she said, hey, I see you checked out my Facebook story and I saw we have never connected before. I just wanted to connect with you and say hi. And she said, then, let them tell your story. Oh my goodness, I'm a real estate agent. I have 4 kids. I've been watching your stories. And she said, then throw in your business. Don't say, have you ever heard of True Vision? Say, have you ever tried True Vision before? Because she said a lot of people have heard of us, but that doesn't mean they've tried us. So say, have you heard of True Vision before? And if they say they're not interested, say, hey, no worries. I just wanted to let you know. And if they say, that they're in real estate and you're thinking about selling your house, say that to them so you guys get that connection. If they say they have a kid that's 5, and I could say, well, I have a granddaughter that's 5. So if there's something they tell you that you guys have in common.
No.
Say that. I don't know who that is. So she said, make sure that you try to get a connection with them.
It was Tina. She's probably yelling at her dog.
And she said your whole thing is to make sure you get them in your sales funnel if you can. She said, that's how she gets a lot of her new potentials now, is by staying consistent in her Facebook stories and following up with the people who are reaching out with that. She said she's not having to do the yard sale sites anymore because she is getting enough potentials from that. And she said, if you stay consistent in making your Facebook story a story where people want to follow them, because if you're posting your first one and you have like 200 people look at it, and then your next one you only have 30, then that means they're not interested in that. She said, so you have to make it a story where they can see, they can flip the book and read the story. So I thought that was all good tips from her. I mean, like I said, that they had so many different trainings in this. I don't even know what time it is. 11:40. I could go over one of them that Brian did real quick if you want me to.
Yes, I want to touch base on the thing that Darla told us to post, or told you to post. That, how many comments have you gotten on that? 99?
Yep. Oh, 106 now, I think, or something.
And you've sold 4 kits off of it?
Well, actually more than that now. It was 4 kits the first day. I did 4 the first day, 2 the second day. I think I got 3, and then I have a bunch of people who want to. I got a message and Messenger to follow up with them on Friday because they want to do it before it ends.
And that's awesome. I think that the important point of that too is that you've had 106 people comment on it, but you haven't had 106 people buy. So we've got to figure out what that number is. How many people do we have to reach out to get one person to buy? So, I mean, you're not going to get 50 comments and have 40 people buy. You may get 50 comments and get 3 people to buy, but it doesn't matter. It's the interaction you're getting, the actual customers you're getting. That's what matters. So,
because I said, then you're having other people say they're interested, so people see that. I said, you can't get discouraged. Like you said, what if I had 106 people comment and not a single one of them bought it? So if I went and curled up in a fetal position and said, well, I'm not going to do it again, then nobody did it. Who am I going to impact tomorrow if I gave up today?
Absolutely.
They said if we don't tell them about the product and opportunity, somebody else is going to do it. And, you know, at the event, they said, at Resolutions, they said, you know, if she can do it, why can't I do it? Larry and Taylor Thompson spoke at the event, and they said, you know, we all have the same products. Ryan and Angel don't have different products to sell than we do. We all have the same company. They don't have a different company than we do. We all have the same opportunity. The only difference in the equation is us. If we want to do it, we can do it. If we tell ourselves we can't, we can't. We're our own worst critic. I said, I'm awful about that. Before I speak or do one of these, I'm like, nobody wants to listen to me. I'm stupid. Nobody cares. But, you know, that's because that's what I heard in my past from my husband was, you know, you're stupid. Nobody wants to hear you. You're worthless. So you tell yourself that. I said, we are our own worst critics. Every day we look in the mirror, and that's what we tell ourselves. So we have to do it. We can't. He said, you know, Larry said there are 2 kinds of people, those we know and those we don't know. He said, if you don't reach out to people, if you don't say hi to people, they're not going to know you. He said, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. He said, let's see, if it is to be, it is up to me. He said, you have to tell yourself that. They gave us these buttons to wear, and they said, I don't know if you can see them. It says fun, freedom, flexibility. My side gig rocks $500. Ask me how. They said that Ryan is going to have them starting today for sale. And he's going to have the ones where I've lost 10 pounds, I've lost 20 pounds, I've lost 30 pounds. So you wear that every day. And if you're afraid to talk to somebody, they may see your button and reach out to you. But don't be afraid to talk to somebody. The worst they can tell you is no. I mean, they're not going to, you know, they can't take your birthday, as somebody's told me before. You know, they said if you can't plug in GPS on a car that's in the garage. So if you're not moving, you're not going to move. If you don't work the business, you're not going to be able to do it. Larry said if it's not necessary to say something, then it's not necessary to say it. He said a lot of times we talk ourselves out of selling something. If we keep talking to somebody in a messenger and then it's crickets from them, we have said too much. They said, you know, even though we know what's in our products, even though we know every single thing our products do, we can't tell people that. If somebody asks us what's in our product, say, I don't know about that, but I know what it's did for me. Because they really don't want to know all that stuff, but, you know, they've been taught to question all that stuff. Like I said, I had a girl who's a 15-year meth addict who has been sober for 8 months, and she said she's going to research True Vision before she orders it to see what the ingredients are. I just said, okay, that's fine. I mean, because, okay, let's see. They said, share what it has done for you and others. Share stories. Learn to tell stories. You know, tell them that we get more energy, decreased appetite without caffeine. They say, you know, we've been focusing on weight loss a lot, but not everybody needs to lose weight. Larry said, you know, everybody needs energy. So focus on that, more energy and better sleep. And then he said, Brian, I think it was Brian that was saying, you know, if we make a post on our wall, do you suffer from lack of sleep? Do you need more energy? Do you need to lose weight? Do you need to get your acne under control? Do you need to get your blood sugar under control? If you post, this helps 47,000 things, people are going to think, oh my God, they're just lying. That's not true. We need to focus on one thing at a time. Focus on, do you need more energy? And then people are going to be like, oh my God, they have the one product that's going to help me with energy. But if you tell them too many things, they're going to think you're just throwing something at the wall and hoping everything sticks. They said we are so scared of somebody asking us questions, so we keep talking more and more and more, like trying to tell them, word vomit on them, they said. But they said what people really want to know is, can I make money from this, and can I lose weight or get energy with this? People don't want to know everything. They said, think about when we started. Do you remember everything your sponsor went over with you that first day about the compensation plan? More than likely, no. But they said, you remember the stories that were told to you. That's what we remember.
And I think too, on the financial side, you know, we see posts like, you want to make an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I mean, that's not realistic. And you're not speaking to the majority of the people. So most people just want to be able to make their house payment or their car payment or be able to pay for their kid to go to daycare. You know, they're not looking, they could make $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But if someone had told me that when I started, like, hey, you know, start this, you're going to make $5,000, $6,000 a month, I wouldn't have believed him, number one. And number two, probably in 6 months when I wasn't making $6,000 a month, I would have thought, well, this isn't working. But if you're going to tell me that in 6 months, I could be making $300 a month to help pay my car payment, and I was doing that, it gives me vision to see forward. So, I mean, most people that don't do this will not believe that they can make the money that most of us do. But they can. You've just got to start them out small and believable.
They said, if you aren't happy where you are, you must change something. They said, do you want to be in the same spot you're in right now, 6 months from now, or a year from now? They said, if not, then you need to change something. They said, tell yourself people are looking and we have the solution to their problems. You know, they said there's no difference between making an extra $100 a month and making an extra $10,000 a month. It's your desire. If you knew you had to make an extra $10,000 this month, or you would lose your life, you would do whatever you could to find it. You'd be reaching out to people. You would be doing anything in your, you know, you possibly could. You'd be reaching out to your friends, to your friend, you know, everything. And they said, that's what we have to tell ourselves, that we have to do this. It has to be done. You can do it. Make a decision to show up and do it. I could keep going on and on. You know that, Laura.
No, I love listening to you. You always have such great information. But yeah, I think that if we are tired of the lives and the lives that we're living, we're the only ones that can change it. No one else is going to change that for us. We can't expect a team member to change that for us, or our upline to give us more training to change that for us. You know, we have to take initiative to change it. And I do think in your life, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. Alyssa Hager just sent me a thing. And I said, I do feel like our failures set us up for our victories. We've just got to listen to the path that we're being directed on and do what we need to be doing. But no, taking a nap every afternoon or sleeping in until 10 in the morning on Saturdays, that isn't fueling what we say we want to do. And that's another thing. You can say that you want to be making, you know, $5,000 a month and be able to stay at home, but is your actions truly showing that you want to be a stay-at-home mom, or you want to be able to make that car payment? Like, we can say it, you know, anything we want, but if you're not actively working towards that, then like your words mean nothing.
That's what Brian said. You know, there's somebody out there right now praying for help with our products. And they said, you know, if we don't tell them, they're not going to know about them. He told that story about, was it at the event they told about it, that someone who, I said, we've heard so many people that they were talking about the guy who had diabetes and she was scared to reach out from him. She wouldn't tell him. She wouldn't tell him.
Yeah.
Yep. And then over the weekend, she got the message when she got back to work on Monday that he had passed away. I said, so think about that. I mean, tell yourself, if I don't reach out to these people, they may not survive the night. They may not, you know, and tell
And what
yourself
age
that.
Fallen into a deep depression and gained like 100 more pounds. Like, she needed to lose weight herself. But once she like realized that she did not do everything she could have done to help him, knowing that our products could have helped him, she fell into a deep depression and now has gained like over 100 more pounds on top of what she was trying to lose. So, you know, I don't ever want you guys to get to that, but just, you know how much our products have changed your life. Like, why wouldn't you want that for everybody else in this world?
That's what we just have to tell people. This was something, I'm going to say one more thing and then I'm going to shut up. I'm going to mute myself so I won't talk. Brian said, attempt to get customers, not business partners. Don't go on Facebook in the attempt to get somebody to join you to start selling. He said, because most people aren't on Facebook looking for a business to join. They're much more looking for a product or service to help their pain point than looking for a business. So he said, if we can get them on our product, getting healthy, losing weight, and then they can see the potential, they can make money, then they're going to share their story and get started selling. He said, so if we can get them with that first, then we can get them selling. He said, it's more likely you're going to be able to help their pain if they're not able to play with their grandkids, or they're not able, you know, to stand at the stove to cook their food for their family like that one girl because of her weight. They're more likely to need help with that before they think they can find something to help them with their money. Because right now their self-esteem is so low, they need help with their, you know, pain or depression or whatever. We help them with that and then teach them to sell their simple story. All right.
And it's so true, because I think that Angel did a poll one time in like the 3-star group maybe, and it was, you know, how many of you guys started with the 7.5-day combo? And it was everybody that was in that group, or maybe in the 1-star group, everybody that answered that poll had started with a 7.5-day combo. So that tells you right there. I mean, I didn't start for the business side of things. I was a stay-at-home mom. You know, we lived comfortably. But we lived paycheck to paycheck, you know, but I didn't start for the business, because why would I want to run a business for my house, you know? But once you know how amazing our products are and know how amazing the company is, that changes everything. So just getting them to try our product. Even today, I had a girl message me and she's like, hey, you know, I really want to lose weight. She's like, but my budget is just so tight. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. So I immediately offered her the 7.5-day combo. You know, I said, try this. And I told her the month supply price, and immediately she bought the 7.5-day combo. So I think once you can get them essentially reeled in, but yeah, if Ashley would have pushed the business side on me, I would have been like, no, because I don't sell anything. I don't do fundraisers. I don't do nothing. Take my stuff to Goodwill. I mean, so I wasn't going to run a business, and the products changed everything for me.
Yep.
I was going to say, did you mute yourself? I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else? We're about at time. We got 54.
I'll shut up.
I am, you know, all these events that we do have coming up, like Summit, and there's some people wanting to plan some summer events. So I'm super excited about everything. And if you have a local team, get together with them. And if one person shows up, don't be frustrated at that, because that one person may be the person that you need, you know, to help propel you to the next level. What?
I did think of something else really good he said. He said you need to go on your wall and find a local grocery store, a local restaurant, and see who likes that. Like we have Mi Pueblo in Washington that I love. So he said, go like that. Go see who likes that local. And then if you're not friends with them, connect with them. Because he said that's how you build a local team, by loving local businesses. Because he said if you do that, you're going to be able to, you know, if you're stay at home and never get out in the world, you're not going to be able to meet local people. But if you start liking your local businesses and then seeing who likes that also and reaching out to them to build a relationship. So that's another way, like at the interest groups, you could build new local people. I thought that was a great idea.
That is a great idea. That's a really good idea. And really, that when you said that, it came to mind like the YMCA in my town, or if you have a Planet Fitness, or if you have, you know, these people are trying to get healthy. Connect with them for sure. That's a really good idea.
Yep.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else?
I'm
Yeah,
shutting
you're
up.
right.
I keep saying I'm going to shut up, and then I keep going.
Erica said she's added people like party planners, restaurants. That's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Invite all of them, and even your local real estate pages. I mean, the real, because they're going to friend you because they don't know if you're going to try to buy a house from them or not. So even local business owners in your area, you know, connect with them and you may need to use their services someday, but they're always watching you too.
They said even like your local school, you could friend, because, you know, they're the kids' parents, you know, you guys have something in common. Your kid goes to school there. So yeah, think local. Think of all the businesses locally that you could join and like. And okay, we'll have to meet one day soon, Laura.
Yes, I know we will. I hope you all have a good day and took away some great information from this. Like I said, Vicky's always wonderful, and most of you may not know she's not even in my downline. She's just
we're side
one
sisters.
of my friends that I've met in this company, and an amazing friend to me. So I love you all, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Bye.